Oh, there's that music once again. Oh, Yubie, you're from Serbia, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
am.
So did you know that that song that we just played was actually a hit from the Beatles that was not able to be played in Serbia due to copyright infringement? Like it was like something with the borders or something at the time.
Really?
Yeah. Hello, my name is Dan Pacheco, the host of this phenomenal podcast called We're Number One, the podcast, because, of course, in real estate, everyone is number one. And today I am joined by actually a number one person, Yubie Pavicevic with Preferred Real Estate Brokers. Yubie, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Hey, Dan, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure and honor to be here with you today.
That sounded like you rehearsed that.
I did a little bit.
Yeah?
I was nervous.
Were you nervous
in
about
the
the show?
bathroom. Yeah, I was in the bathroom and I was like,
I was plumb
don't know.
terrified too. I mean, I knew that I was going to be sitting down with the legendary Youpster, and I was like, oh my God, I got to bring it today. I was so nervous that actually I had a shaving accident. I was trying to trim my mustache, and one thing led to another, and there's a pair of scissors directly in my palm. Just right there.
Wow. I mean, they say that I have that kind of influence on people sometimes.
You have
but
a lot of a lot of injury out there with your fan base.
Yeah, just please don't stab yourself. I love you all. There's place
Just
for
kidding.
everyone.
I didn't do that. I actually severed an artery and a tendon doing a little pumpkin carving. But Yubie, you are someone that is just, full of energy, full of awesomeness, full of intelligence, just full of so many wonderful things. So first things first, you're, let's focus on real estate just real quick. All right. Because we actually have a fun game. If you guys can see this on camera, we have a really fun game to play here in a minute. But before we start doing this, just to get off on a good foot, tell me a little bit about, kind of what got you into real estate.
Well, what got me into real estate is, the real estate is such a, exciting job.
Sure.
I know it sounds like a cliche of like helping people build wealth, but, to me, especially since I've been doing it for some time now and seeing all these happy families get their, dream home and, stop renting, especially first time home buyers.
That's huge.
Find that very exciting, very awesome, and I truly, truly love what I do. And it's been
It shows
a paradise since I made the switch. It's
Good.
been nothing but good things. So I absolutely love it.
And I love that because you hear a lot of agents that will say that, but they just feel like they need to say it because it's what people expect of them. I've seen you go through the ups and downs, but you genuinely have that ability to say, I love it because, you do such a good job of grounding yourself, kind of recentering and stuff. You just got back from a surprise trip to Europe, right? You planned it, but tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's that trip is one of the ups, like you said, there's ups and downs, but you have to take the good with the bad and vice versa. And, just if there's, bad, keep it as like a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about good stuff is I recently came back from 1 month. Well, it was actually 2 months, but
It was a little while, Yubie.
yeah, it was a little more than that. But I basically decided to business was going good beginning of the year, and I decided to take some time off and surprise my family. They live in Serbia,
Okay.
and they, I haven't seen them in a year, and I decided to take the trip and surprise them. And, then my husband decided that we should take another trip. So we did a road trip for a month. We visited 7 European countries, I think over 15 cities. So we were on the road for like
It's like a whole tour. Like you're like a traveling rock band or something, man.
Yes, it was very exciting, very fun. And, of course, that was the great part about we got to see our families, to spend some time with them. There was some slight heart attacks when we showed up.
From when you're surprised. Yeah, because like it's
Yes.
like one thing like you might expect, your family from, Miami if you live in Orlando, like, oh, surprise,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yes.
But holy shit, from Orlando to Serbia, that's a little bit of that's a
Yeah.
trip.
It was a shocker. Honestly, I did it a few times in the past. The reason why I do it is because when I announce my arrival, my family treats me like a special guest is coming instead of like a family member coming back home.
Aw.
So they do like this whole cleaning craziness, shopping and stuff. And I don't want them to go to trouble. So I just basically just show up and, here I am. You have no time to do anything. We're just going to have so much fun. So
I remember you telling me that you were able to do this, which like the first thing I felt was like, I'm so freaking proud of you. Because that's what I love being able to work with agents that, make it happen for themselves. Right. And that that's what you're in it for. You chose real estate because there is, freedom in it, and you can do what you want with it. And you earned it. You worked so hard. You earned the ability to go, surprise them. But then my emotions transferred to like, oh God, like I'm concerned because you said, like, yeah, I'm going to surprise them. I'm going by myself, or I think that's what you said at the time. I'm like, Yubie, like, check in with me, please. Like, it could be like a life. I don't know, but like that just seems like I just saw Liam Neeson being involved at some point with a movie. I don't know what this, but you made it there safely, obviously.
It was, I mean, it was crazy. It was shocking, but everyone survived. I mean, I have to add that I'm so truly thankful for all my business that I had that made it happen. It sounds great when you say I made it happen for myself, and I'm honestly proud of myself too. But I'm so thankful for every person that trusted me with their business within the last year or so, and I'm thankful for that. They made it happen for me, and those are also the true heroes
for sure
of this whole story. And I can't neglect that. I have to say that I'm really blessed and thankful.
I love that you have that perspective, because it's I've seen this from your perspective, or being in the office with you when you're working with people, when you're on the phones with them, when you're going through the process with it, and you don't see them as a transaction. I mean, you really do see them, and you refer to them by name, and you have a positive story about what you've done with them and what they're going through. Like that, you don't find that very often, and I think you might take that for granted in yourself. You don't realize how awesome you are and what kind of level of service that you provide these people that's so different. And so, from my perspective, thank you for being you in that way, No,
thank you so much. Those are very kind words. And I know this is said 1,000,000 times, but this is a business of building relationships. Obviously we are in the business of, selling houses and helping people buy and sell, but at the same time, it's a relationship business, because, these people, especially first-time home buyers or even fifth-time home buyers, like, they work so hard to save that money, to make good decisions, to be able to afford this, to sell it, to make, to cash on their equity. And it's a really big thing for people. We maybe do it every day with different clients, but every client, is maybe doing it for the first time.
Right.
And, it's so important to treat people the right way, to be there for them, to learn what they like, just to, because it gets very stressful for them. And, you have to build that relationship and have them trust you, and, so that the transaction can go smooth. So, I put relationship first, and, connecting with people, and then we can go into a transaction, because a lot of people you talk to, I have people that I talk to now, and they're not going to be ready, for maybe 2 or 3 more years. But you know what? It sounds like, a lot of time, and, but that's okay, because, you met me, I met you, we built this relationship. I'm going to check on you. I'm going to put you on a plan and make sure that,
that's so major there.
And I call these people, but not to be annoying. I call them because, hey, you talk to a lender, you talk to me, this is your plan. Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Like, don't spend your money. We're going to get you into a house. So I try to do this, because, again, it's a relationship business, and I also care, I don't want to give up on someone because, they're not ready now, because, home ownership should be the right of everyone, and I want to make it happen for as many people as I can.
And so many agents are so pushy with that kind of thing, and so I think it's actually a really intelligent move for you to make these relationships and earn the trust and create the bond with them when they're not a part of the direct home buying pool. A lot of times agents think that real estate is such a competitive industry, and it can be because they say that like just 5% of the market is looking to buy, sell, or invest at any given time, right? And so all the agents, or a lot of agents, are stuck, in that little 5% wedge, and that's when it's a bloodbath, trying to compete for the attention of those that are ready to move. Yeah. You're taking it to saying, hey, listen, let me find actual genuine connections with people that I know that can help. And I love what you said, put them on a plan, right? Yeah. So they're part of the 95% right now that's not looking, but when they become that part of that 5%, it's fast-tracked. They're already working with Yubie. In other words, what I'm hearing is that you are in a sea of sometimes disgusting and sour, types. You're that sweet, sweet one right there, right? And of course, that goes right into a segue for our brand new segment here. We're going to be calling it Bean-boozled, right? So, Yubie, before today, are you familiar with the term or the game Bean-boozled?
So officially know, but you explain it to me.
Thank
You
you.
explain it to me.
Before today, yeah. So for those of you that are watching out here, you might know this game is called Bean-boozled. It is from a Jelly Belly, right? And so they have these jelly beans that there's two flavors per one color, right? And so you have a red one that could either be pomegranate or old bandaid, right? And I'm going to tell you from experience because I've done this with my daughters before. And I was telling Justin, not too long ago, that I thought that Jelly Belly would be like, hey, listen, we're still a candy company, so like we'll get a little weird with our flavors, but like it'll still be sweet. Like, no, they went for it. They're like, listen, we practice dark magic. We look what we're capable of. We can recreate the exact flavor of dishwater. I'm like, oh my god, and it's crazy. So, Yubie, let's just get into it, okay? So here's Bean-boozled. We're going to start with the brown one on top, and this could be either be liver and onions or cappuccino. All right, so we're going to do this at the same time here.
This whole table stinks like feet, so
yeah,
I'm not really sure there's any sweet ones.
So for each jelly bean, I'll ask you a question, okay? So I'll ask you a question, and then we eat it, and you answer it through, okay? So the first question I have for you is, what's something that, people should think of, because right now it's near the end of the year in 2022, what's something they could start doing to maybe get themselves ready for a good 2023?
Okay.
And here we go. Cheers. Cappuccino or liver onions? I got the cappuccino. What you got, Yubie?
I think these are onions.
You got the liver and onions?
Yeah.
You like liver and onions?
It's not as bad as stinky feet, so.
It's actually pretty good. It's like a nice frothy cappuccino, like a medium roast. And how would you describe your liver and onions?
They're still disgusting.
Yeah.
Right
So what's something that some buyers should know right now?
So
Or people should know?
yeah, we're approaching the end of the year. When holidays come, around the corner, most of people slow down. They want to relax. They don't want to do any real estate buying, selling. It just becomes too overwhelming. And I respect that. And I say, hey, you don't have to do anything now, but once the new year starts, it's going to be new year, new me. And, there's so many things you can start doing now to prepare for the new year. So, you can start by not spending all your money on a 1 month European trip.
Good point. You're living that.
Yeah, definitely. Don't spend all your money. Make sure that, you're buying presents, but, you can kind of let people know, hey, I'm saving for a house. My presents might not be extravagant this year. Same thing.
Or give me some funds, because I'm planning on buying a house. And so instead of a sweater again, here's my little fund there.
Yeah, you can set up a home fund where you can tell people, hey, I'm planning to buy a house next year. If you're planning to buy me a present, don't buy me a present. Just put money into the fund.
Love it.
And, wherever amount that you plan to spend, instead of spending it, just put it in my fund so that I can,
cool.
helps me save for my house. Also, credit cards are a big thing. People often have a lot of credit card debt anyways, but when, holidays hit,
it racks up a lot.
It goes, So that's another thing that if you're using them, don't overuse them, and obviously pay them in time.
Very good point. All right, moving on to the next one. This could either be, let's see, this says it's either buttered popcorn or a rotten egg. Okay, so just tell me one thing that you enjoy doing outside of real estate. Yips. I got the buttered popcorn. That's so good.
I can't decide.
But between buttered popcorn or a rotten egg?
It's probably popcorn because it's not that bad.
There we go. Probably popcorn because it's not that bad. All right, so what's one thing you enjoy doing, Yubie?
No, I don't think this is egg. But to answer your question, yes, I actually love exercising.
Okay.
I like all forms and shapes of exercise. So I would either go to the gym, I would run, work out with weights, yoga, rollerblades are a big thing. I love
those are
them.
coming back in style. Like I remember, there's a cool thing to do in the '90s, but now they're back in action. Yeah.
So I used to ride them a lot, like crazy when I was younger. But then I played volleyball, and I had to like drop the rollerblades because of potential injuries.
Of course.
And I haven't tried them in like 20 years.
Well, let me tell you something, okay? Never stop. When an injury happens, you just keep on going. Fist bump.
Oh my God, I don't want to
All right.
bump into your stitches.
As we go into the next one here, this is either going to be peach or barf. Do they have peaches a lot in Serbia? You guys have a lot of peaches out there?
We have a lot of plums.
Plums.
Plums are a big thing.
Okay.
Apples.
Okay.
I mean,
Not
we
peaches,
eat them.
though.
Yeah, we eat them, but I don't think they grow that much.
Okay, you know what a peach tastes like, though, right? You've had peaches plenty of times, so you will be able to, not like last time, is either egg or popcorn.
Yeah.
You should be able to tell the difference here. Barf or peach. Here we go.
What's a barf?
Barf is throw up.
Oh.
Okay.
Amazing.
So the question is, what's one thing that you miss about living at home or being from Serbia? One thing you miss. Cheers. Oop. I have the best play. This is a peach. Justin, can you believe? What's yours?
Mine's peach too.
This is like the easiest game ever. Like normally the one I have at home is just nothing but sinkers. Just like boom, peach or barf, boom, sardine, boom, all this stuff. But this is so good.
Maybe my taste buds are all over the place.
Maybe you both have like the newest I don't go there anyway. But
maybe I have a tough Serbian stomach and I can process anything.
maybe I'm so hopped up on pain medication. Yeah. Everything they say is good to me. Both of those are possibilities.
It could be.
All right. So what's one thing you miss about
Well, obviously, first thing is my family. Obviously that's always going to be a thing. I'm always going to miss them a lot. Another thing that I would say is more focus on, social life and personal life than work life.
Sure.
That's
a real thing. It's a hard thing to kind of balance.
I mean, I don't want to complain because, with going into real estate, I got an amazing balance between work and life. So personally, I'm getting that balance here too. But, I feel bad for a lot of people that surrounds me that just work a lot and don't have that balance. And I really wish that for them too. So that's one thing that, I sometimes miss here.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up too. Like it's one thing that I sometimes talk about in the shows that I do. It's people don't even think twice when they open up the laptop on a Sunday afternoon, but it feels kind of like dirty to go to a movie on a Monday afternoon, And so like we have no problem letting our business or professional life impede on our personal, but it feels really weird for when our personal life kind of goes into business hours, right? And I think it should be the other way around. We shouldn't even have you think twice. Like, we shouldn't even be thinking about, let me work because it's such an imbalance there. Let's keep this thing going, Yubie. Okay, so this is either going to be stinky socks or tutti frutti. Now, when's the last time you had tutti frutti?
It's been a while.
When's the last time you had stinky socks?
Oh, yesterday.
Cheers to that. All right. So, what's something that you learned from real estate in the last year? Cheers.
Cheers.
Tutti frutti. My God. This is so. Yubie, do you want to switch plates? This is like a bonus run. You have the option. We can switch plates. Right now, I have nothing. What do you have? You have the Sakis, the stinky socks. I mean, this is like bubble gum. It's like super yummy. Are you experiencing joy in your mouth?
Yeah, it's not bad. I can't decide.
What?
This is.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person.
I'm gonna start having like our camera guy Justin over here, like having half of yours to see. Did it taste like bubblegum, like pink bubblegum?
It did. I mean, it did. I don't think this was socks. I'm not sure.
I mean, you would definitely know.
I think we should go back into the bag and try to eat all of those later to see.
I mean, let's just. I tell you what. Let's just
eat the whole bag.
Let's just hammer it down until we let's just clean it through. Okay. Let's just go rapid. Okay. So this one is going to be either old bandaid or pomegranate. Ready, set, go.
Wait, all the way, like all of them now?
Just boom. Yeah. Go. Oh shit! Oh, I taste copper. I taste pennies. I tast blood. I smell burning hair. My whole mouth tastes like burning hair right now.
Yeah,
oh shit!
It's like that one time when I burned my hair with a iron.
My theory's wrong. Oh, I can't swallow it. It tastes like it's like latex and blood. It smells like a firework that just went off in my nose. Like, oh. Shit. Swallow. All right.
Disgusting.
Next one up. It's going to be a stink bug or marshmallow. Okay? Cheers. Stink bug or marshmallow. Oh, marshmallow, thank God. Oh, yeah, the creaminess is there. Little campfire zest.
I think this is marshmallow too.
Yeah. You think? Stink bug marshmallow.
I mean, it wasn't disgusting like the previous one.
Okay.
So I would say marshmallow.
All right, here we go. Toothpaste or berry blue. Where the fuck that? Get blueberry. I don't know. Toothpaste or here you go. Toothpaste.
Toothpaste. Oh
Which is actually welcomed kind of after that bloody bandaid. Oh, but actually, I don't after chewing it.
It's disgusting. Ugh.
Okay, next one here. It's gonna be dead. Oh God, dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Go for it. Strawberry banana, baby.
Dead fish.
Dead fish. Oh no! Yubie, stay with me. Stay with me.
Oh my God.
Here. I'll jump in on this too. I'm just gonna go for a random assortment. Could be anything. Right?
Wait, you're gonna eat all of it? No.
Yep.
That pain meds are really.
I feel bad for you. I gotta go. Here we go.
All that pain meds are destroying you.
Oh.
Explosion of flavors.
Oh. Oh my God. It tastes like there's like a tire fire with like like a used, I don't even say the word, like it tastes like body. It tastes burning. It tastes seafoody. It tastes sweet. It tastes like mushy carrots. Am I dying? Oh my God. Let's here.
Listen, if you end up needing CPR, Justin's gonna do it. Slay awesome.
One more time.
Slay awesome.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I think that was a perfect euphemism, Yubie. For sometimes in real estate, when you're on the customer side, the buyer or the seller, and you're looking for an agent, they might be tutti frutti on the outside, but dead fish on the inside. Right? You are what my plate was, just full of sweetness and awesomeness, right? You definitely you live up to what you market. So you have I think you had some really great advice before the show started when we were just kind of talking about like all that's out there. I feel like I'm gonna apologize for my bad breath because I'm sure you're just getting hit with it. Like it's like boom, like with it because it's just I have half a bag of beans inside of me.
Well, don't forget that the last one I had is dead fish. So
I had like
I
had like dish soap or I don't know what the hell I had, but anyway, some good advice with all that's out there, like all these apps, all this influence, from social media to these websites that they must be correct because they are $1 million company or a $1 billion company, right? How does somebody like from the consumer side again, like know who to trust, where to go, where to get the advice from?
Well, I would say, it's obvious we live in the age of technology and all the information is available to us and, at a couple of clicks, which sounds great. But the bad side is with all that amount of information, there's so many untrusted and wrong information out there,
right.
And they can get to you easily as the good information. You can receive a bad one as well. So what I want to tell people is that, and that's what I'm preaching. Like obviously we talk about, interest rates, is it a good time to buy or to sell and
right.
all that. But to me, what I would like to tell people is question everything.
I love it. Yep. Good.
And, it sounds like a conspiracy theory, but question.
The truth is out there.
Yeah.
Hold on if I have the right one. I don't know if it's this. Nope. Where's it at? There it is. The truth is out there. Justin, get me in real quick. Hold on. Oh, the clock. The truth is out there. With Yubie. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I blame the pain medication. Take it away, Yubie. So back on track.
Yeah, but like the thing is, there's so much information out there, and if you are thinking about buying or selling real estate, even if you think about it, don't go straight to TikTok. I love TikTok and all the users and all that. But the thing is, think about it. If you were sick and you need medical help, you would go to a doctor, not a TikTok. Or, if you go to...
Yeah, actually, I didn't go to TikTok for this. I rushed my ass to the ER.
Exactly. Yeah. And, if you need, pharmacist question about medicine, like if you want to ask pharmacist something, you're not going to go to a Publix cashier and ask them about your medication. And,
Right.
same thing. If you need legal advice, you're going to go to a lawyer.
You won't go to like a horse farmer.
Yeah. No, like you'll go to, legal person.
Right.
And, the same goes with, real estate,
Great point.
because there's a lot of agents out there, and it doesn't cost you anything to interview a couple, to ask them all your questions. Talking to an agent doesn't obligate you to buy or sell anything. It's just there for you to compare, to see who's the best fit for you, and to gather all the information. Because,
Right.
Lately we're talking about interest rates. They did went up, and it sounds scary to some people when they were 2 point something, only a year ago, and now
Right.
they're like almost 7. And it is scary, but at the same time, this market, still works for someone.
Mm-hmm.
And every market works differently for different people.
Right.
So, if you're even thinking about it, if you're thinking about it next year and you just want to gather information, well, just get it from trusted sources rather than from all over the place, because, that's the best way for you to make a decision. Just thinking about straightly interest rate, you can go and ask your neighbor, and your neighbor says, oh my God, don't buy that house now, high interest rates. And I'm like, okay, but
Yeah.
your neighbor is still renting. Your neighbor maybe didn't got a raise at work. Maybe you had a raise. Maybe you really need bigger space.
Right.
Your neighbor doesn't need that. So
And that's the thing is like if people I think are looking at real estate as such a generalized deal, right? Oh, I can participate in it. I can't participate in it for whatever reason it is. And a lot of times it's either outdated information or even tactics. Like if they bought a home, in 2008, right?
Yes.
Then it's not like buying a home right now, right?
Yeah.
And these interest rates, like you mentioned, and here's an interesting thing that I think is happening right now. So we obviously have a lot of, ups and downs in the economy, inflation, what's happening with all of that. We've had that in the past, though. We've had it where there's been ups and downs in the economy before. What the different variable here is that we had a huge influx of agents joining us during COVID, right? Because they got furloughed, lost their job, and wherever it was, right? And they got into the industry, and their first experience, and really their only experience so far in the industry, has been what the 2% interest rates, right? And crazy sellers market, and so that's all they have. And so now they're a trusted professional that may not have the context of what else. And so, and I'm not saying that fresh agents don't get it right. Most of the time, like they're the ones that are actually getting it more right more often. But there are those fresh agents out there that are saying, oh yeah, this is crazy. 7% is ridiculous. It's so nuts, right? They're worried and concerned, which again, when people are coming to them to be the guide, if your guide is afraid to go into the woods, do you want to go in the woods? No. Exactly. Right? Yeah. So that's why I love about you're so confident, you're so intelligent, and you're so balanced. I mean, like when I talk to you about real estate, it's like you've been in the business, for 15 years, and it's remarkable what you've done so far. You're doing everything right, Yubie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your words. And, it's just that I feel like it doesn't really matter how long you've been in the business, as long as you're willing to keep learning and, keep staying on top of what's happening in the market, keep talking to people, because, even if you talk with a random person that maybe wants to buy or sell, but, maybe they have some questions for you, just by talking with so many people, you'll learn so much, because maybe someone will ask you something that you don't know, but that's giving you an opportunity to go and learn.
Right.
And that's basically what I'm trying to do, is that, obviously, it's not about always chasing the biggest amount of clients.
Sure.
It's, properly serving the clients that you are serving and being knowledgeable for them. So, the problem is, like you said, I mean, a lot of agents jumped in during the pandemic, and nothing wrong with that. Personally, I did the same thing, but that's why I'm saying talking to multiple agents, or, it's especially if you're selling, because, for the last 2 years, you just put house on the market, you go and take photos with your phone. No one talked about staging and, marketing, because houses were flying off the market within like a day.
Yeah, it was bananas.
And, a lot of people haven't learned how to actually sell a house, like that actually do the work, the staging, the professional photography, videography, virtual tour, virtual staging. All that is so important. And that's why when you interview your agents, the agent is there to serve you, but you need to ask them, how are you going to serve me? What are
Right.
you going to do for me to help me get this house or to help me sell this house? And you know, if this person, you know, don't have any tools in their toolbox, then maybe this is not the right person for you. Maybe they're nice, maybe they're, you know, very kind and everything, but at the same time, you need someone who's going to go above and beyond and who knows what they need to do to get it done for you.
And that's definitely you, for sure. I mean, I've seen it. And again, if you're watching and listening to this, wherever you are right now, you've got to know that Yubie seriously is the one that takes it the depth, takes it the whole way for you. And I mean, it's not just the cast, Yubie. I've been giving you the thumbs up the entire time because I believe it. All right, Yubie's so good.
It's not just the cast. It's just how you feel
mean
today.
it. I'm feeling it.
I don't know if it's the pain medication or.
I'm feeling great. But Yubie, seriously, thank you just for being who you are. Not just to me, you know, as a friend or a colleague, but also who you are in the market, in the industry, in our world. You're a wonderful person, a beam of light. You have a whole different perspective on everything, and I absolutely just love being around you. And again, for those of you that are watching, you're going to love being around her. So Yubie, how do they get in touch with you? If they have any questions about buying, selling, if they have any questions about, you know, jelly beaning, or anything else, how do they reach you?
I am all over the place. I try to be everywhere. The best way to contact me is through Instagram, which is Yubie Realtor Orlando.
Cool.
My email is teamyubieflorida@gmail.com.
Love it.
And then also my phone number, 504-920-5647.
Cool.
Those are, you know, the best ways to reach me. I usually answer super fast. I
You're
take
very
a
good.
lot of pride in
organized.
not making people wait. You know, unless I really have to, like if there's an emergency. But those 3 ways of communication is where you can find me the most. I mean, if you really want to go, you know, go on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah,
Facebook.
Let's connect our LinkedIn. I haven't said that since I think like the last like 12 years. Please endorse me for Microsoft Word, and it will help me out a lot.
Yep. I mean, you can find me there too. It might be a slower response than my email or my Instagram. But you know, I'm
You're
there
everywhere.
too.
I love it. I love it. Different things for different people.
Well, we're
That's so
not
wonderful.
secret agents, so
No,
I
you're
want to
definitely
make
out
sure
there.
people know what I'm doing.
Hell
and
yeah.
be
Hell
able
yeah.
to find me.
Well, Yubie, again, thank you so much for everything. For those of you that are watching, make sure you give her a follow, a like, an endorsement, whatever. I'm trying to think of what the LinkedIn thing is. I guess it's endorsement, right? But thank you for everything. For those of you that are watching always, thank you so much for it. And Yubie, most of all, thank you so much for being number one. I sure do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me today. This was a lot of fun. It was such an honor to be here.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you know, I truly, truly enjoyed it. I hope you feel better with your hand.
Oh, I feel great.
and,
I'm on
you
cloud
know,
10 right now.
I don't know if it's a good way to say, but you know, slay awesome. Just not your hand.
There we go. Hit that button for me right there, right? That right there. Yep.
Slay awesome.
There it is.
Woo!
All right, Yubie, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next time. Fist bump. Fist bump. Ow! Just kidding. Gotcha.
Oh my God.